Following is a class from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-Lila, Volume 8, Chapter 20, Text 337 through 353, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on December 25th, 1966, in New York.
Dvapara-yuga Bhagavan Shyama Pitavasu Nijayudaha Srivatsa Vidhi Rangaischa Lakhanai Rupalakshita Namaste Vasudevaya Namas Sankarshanaya Cha Pradyumnaya Niruddhaya Tubbham Bhagavate Namaha. These are some of the mantras for offering respect to Krishna. This mantra you may particularly note down. Namaste Vasudevaya Namas Sankarshanaya Cha Pradyumnaya Anuruddhaya Tubbham Bhagavate Namaha. এই মন্ত্রে দাপরে করে কৃষ্ণার্চন কৃষ্ণ নাম সংকীর্তন কলিযুগ ধর্ম. So in the Dvapara Yuga, this is the process, Krishnarchan, worshipping Krishna. And the Kali Yuga, this Pita, this Yola is called as incarnation of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. He is to be worshipped by the Sankirtan movement. Sankirtan is Yajna. This is also called sacrifice, the Sankirtan Yajna. There are different kinds of Yajna. This is called Nama Yajna, sacrifice of the holy name of the Supreme Lord. Dharma pravartan kare Vrindanandan preme gaye nache lo kare sankirtan. The process is that the Lord chants and he dances himself and people follows. Similarly, just like we are painting the picture, the Lord is dancing and everyone is following, and that following can be continued even up to death. God is always there. It is not that Chaitanya is not present here. He is always present, and whenever there is Sankirtan, there is this Kirtan by the devotees, sincere devotees. It is said that Lord Chaitanya is there, present. Tatra Tishtami Narada, Jatra Gayanti Madhbhakta, Shuddha Bhakta, those are pure devotees. Pure devotees means without any material desire. They are pure devotees. Those are determined to go back to Godhead, to Krishna, they are called pure devotees. They have lost all interest for any material enjoyment. They are now declining. They are called pure devotees. So, this Sankirtan movement creates pure devotees who gradually loses all interest in the material enjoyment. Now, there is a verse from Srivatsa, as I have already explained to you, that is also cited here. Krishna Varnam Tisa Krishnam Sanga Pangasta Pasadam Jaggai Sankirtanai Pravi Jajanti Sunil. That personality, incarnation of God, who is usually a scholar and is accompanied by his associates, confidential associates, he is worshipped by this process of Sankirtan in this age of Kali. Artin jige dhana dite jai phal hoy, Kali juge Krishna mein sahi phal paay. Artin juge, when this is Kali Yuga, and there were other three yugas, the Satya Yuga, the Treta Yuga, Dvapara Yuga. There are different processes of realizing God. So Lord Chaitanya says, in other three yugas, what was achieved by meditation, by sacrifice, by temple worship, now that can be achieved in this age with Sankirtan. Kali dosha nidhi rajan asti eko mahanugna kirtanadeva krishnasya muktavandha parang brje. This is a slow verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, in connection with conversation with Maharaj Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami. And when the description of this Kali Yuga was given, Maharaj Parikshit became very sorry that because he was a pious king, he was thinking always of the welfare of the citizens. So when he heard about the description of the Kali Yuga, he was very much disturbed in his mind. Although he was going to die, still he was so compassionate. So in the age of Kali, the people will suffer so much. So when he was so sorry, so Sukadeva Goswami encouraged him, Maharaj, don't be sorry. There is very nice process in the Kali Yuga. In the midst of so many difficulties of this age, there is one boon, and that boon is one can become liberated from this material entanglement altogether, simply by chanting this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Kirtanadeva Krishnas. It is a special message, Kirtanadeva Krishnas. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, one can become. This is the greatest boon in this age. Although there are so many difficulties, full of miseries, increase in the greatest volume. The world is material, world is miserable. Just like cold season, this winter season, today we are feeling more inconvenience. Similarly, this material world is always miserable, but still, in this age it is most miserable, in this age of Kali. But the boon is, the first class boon is, that even there are so many miserable conditions, in the midst of all those disadvantages, one can become free from all contamination simply by Krishna Ram, Kirtanadeva Krishna, simply by this. Kritijadhayatu Vishnu Tritayana Jagato Makhai Dvapari Parichajayam Kalau Tadhari Kirtana. What was achieved in Satyuga by meditation, what was achieved by offering and sacrifices in Yuga, and what was achieved in the Dvapara-yuga by worship, that can be achieved in this age by Sankirtan Yagga. Dhyayan kriti jajan jaggai stritayang dapare archan jadapnati tadapnati kalau sankirtanam kesavam. A similar passage, the two above passages they are quoted from Srimad-Bhagavatam, and another passage is quoted from Padma Purana. Padma Purana, there are 18 Puranam. 6 Puranas are in the modes of goodness, and 6 Puranas are in the modes of passion, and 6 Puranas are in the modes of ignorance. But different people. Just like in a best institution, there are different classes and different kinds of books of learning, gradual process. Similarly, this Vedic culture is so nice. They don't give one class of literature for all. No. There are so many different literatures because there are so many varieties of people. How can you convince all classes of people by one literature? No. That is not possible. Now, the people here in your country, they are losing interest in religion because the Bible was given to a certain class of people long years before. The people are far advanced in scientific knowledge, so that does not appeal. So therefore, we should always remember that there are always different classes of men. And for different classes, the aim is all the same. That see 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Nothing. But different classes of men there are. So, different class of arithmetic, higher mathematics, middle mathematics, lower mathematics. The mathematical principle is the same, 2 plus 2. 1 to 3 to 9. There is no other figure. So similarly, there are 18 Puranas. those who are in the modes of passion, those who are in modes of ignorance, they should also have some chance for them. Oh, you go and you worship this demigod, because every one of us hankering for material acquisition. The disease is that we are simply thinking of idamaddhamayalabdham. Today I have got so much material possession, and next day I shall have so much, and next day I shall have so much, and next day, and next day I shall go away. That's finished. This is material things. They are always hankering on. So there are different hankerings, there are different persons. So the demigods, all right, you worship. You want this thing, you want a beautiful wife, all right, you worship Uma. You want to be a very learned man, all right, you worship this Devi Saraswati. You want to get out of your disease, all right, you worship the sun god. So in this way there are recommendations. But in the Bhagavad, after all these recommendations, the Bhagavad concludes, Akama sarvakama moksha kama udaradhi tibrena bhakti yogina jajeta paramam purus. If you have got any desire, still you go to Krishna. You ask, Krishna recommends, Chaturvida bhajante maam sukritinade. Even if you go to Krishna for asking something, material profit, still it is better. Don't go to other demigods. Kamastasya hitadhyana jayanti anadavita. The foolish person, they do not know that the demigods, they cannot offer any benediction. They cannot offer. They are not fools. Just like here in this institution, although you are free, you very kindly ask me, Swamiji, can I take this fruit? Why? This is etiquette. Similarly, the demigods, they are not fools. Suppose one man worships a demigod and asks some benefit. Demigod will ask, the Lord, Supreme Lord. Or, in another sense, the demigods also do not know. Because they are also living entities like us. But Ishara Sarvabhutana. Krishna is so kind that this person, this particular man is wanting something. All right, give him. Give him. Krishna, this is freedom. There is no argument. Oh, why Krishna has arranged like this? He arranged out of his causeless mercy. He can say, he can stop asking the individual soul, but he does not do that. Why he says do? Then there is no meaning of independence. All right, you want it? I am arranging. Take it. Take it. So he asked the demigod, all right, he is asking from you, give him. So this is going on. So therefore, there are different kinds of literature, because there are different kinds of people, but the ultimate literature is, the substance of all Vedic literature is the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad-Bhagavatam. Krishna sadham upagate dharma-jnana vihishaha. There is a verse in the Srimad-Bhagavatam. When Krishna was present, he personally gave this Bhagavad Gita, and on knowledge, so many people took knowledge. There is another Gita, Uddhav Gita, that was spoken to Uddhav, that is in Bhagavad. This is in Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita. So, there is a question by the Shaunaka Rishi, that after departure of Krishna, where from knowledge should be searched. So they recommended this Srimad-Bhagavatam. So in the Padma Purana also, there is similar passages. In Bhagavatam also there are similar passages. In all Vedic literature, the same thing is there. Veda is to sadvai ahamiva vedyam. The last target and the last goal, ultimate goal is Krishna. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita it says, Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam sarvam. Bhagavad says, Akama sarvakama. Even if one is materially desiring, still he should go to Krishna. And Krishna also confers, Bhajate mam ananda, sadhureva samanta. Apite Sugracha. One should not ask God. But still, if one asks, he is accepted. Because he has come to this point, Krishna. That is his good qualification. He is in Krishna consciousness. So all faults, there may be. But when one becomes Krishna conscious, everything is there. That's why there are so much snowfall. As soon as there is rise of sun, everything finishes. Everything finishes. Krishna Surya Sama. And only we have to wait when the sunrise will be there. Then all these disturbances at once clear. So we have to take to Krishna Surya, and everything will be clear. Kaling sabhajayantam rajya gunagya sarvabhagina jatta sankirtanenaiva sarvasartha vilabhate. Sarvasartha vilabhate. That's a nice verse. You see, here it is said, jatra sankirtanenaiva. This Kali Yuga, this age of Kali, we are condemning so much. But in the demigods, they, I am to say, highly eulogize this Kali Yuga. Why? Why? No, here is a great opportunity. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Jatra Sankirtanena, Jatra means in this Kali Yuga, simply by this Sankirtan movement, simply by chanting, sarvasartha vilabhati. All interests are. Your material interest, your spiritual interest, every interest will be served. Lord Chaitanya also said, Yaite sarvasiddhi haivekama. Just, even if you are materially desiring something, that also will be fulfilled by simply chanting Hare Krishna. It is such a this is therefore called Mahamantra. और उद्भवाद लिखी जावे गुणावतार गान असंख्य संख्याचार नहाय गण चारी जुगावतारे यही तो कहो गणन सुनी भंगी करी तारे पूछे सनातन. Now here is a very trick. Sanatana Goswami, he was politician, he was minister. Now when Lord Chaitanya was describing about the incarnation, especially of the incarnation of the Kali Yuga, now he is asking, Sanatana Goswami is asking to Lord Chaitanya, Rajamantri Sanatana Buddhi Brihaspati Prabhur Kipate Puche Asanka Smati. He is asking very frankly, because he is very intelligent, he was minister. অতি ক্ষুদ্র জীব মুই নিচ নিচাচার কেমনে জানিম কলিতে কোন অবতার. My dear sir, Lord Chaitanya, the lowest of the lowest, very fool number one. So I may inquire from you, how can I understand that this is the incarnation of this age, Kali Yuga? प्रभु का है अन्नावतार शास्त्र द्वारा जाने कलित अवतार कही शास्त्र द्वारा माने. Oh, why you are confused? As other incarnation are to be understood from the indication of the shastras, similarly you will have to understand from the indication of the shastra is the incarnation. Satvagga munir vakka shastra prama. Now, Shastra, the scripture has the most first-class evidence. Satvagga munir vakka. Because Shastras are written not by ordinary person, not by Rabindranath Tagore or Shakespeare. No. Shastras are written by liberated person. Therefore, Shastra scripture have got so many advantages and so much respect. So therefore Lord said, Satvagga munir vakka shastra prama. Shastra prama. Just like see, in the Srivatsa, 400,000 of years after there will be Avatar, Kalki, and his father's name, his birthplace is already mentioned there. This is called Shastra. 5,000 years before Bhagavad was written, and there is indication that in such and such age, in such and such province, in such and such family, Lord Buddha will appear. That is it. Yeah. And 5,000 years before I go, the symptoms of Kali Yuga is already written there, and we are experienced. In the Bhagavad we will find Sikarameva hi udvahe. In the Kali Yuga, marriage will be performed simply by agreement. Let's see. Another, Lavannam Kesu Dharanam. People will think by keeping long hair they will be very beautiful. It is stated in Bhagavad. They look very beautiful. Lavannam Kesu Dharanam. It is written there, you can see. It is not story. Sikarameva hi udvahe, dampatte vatimeva hi, and husband and wife relation means sex. That's all. If the husband has a sex power, then there will be no divorce. These are all written there. Simple sex life, husband and wife relation. Simple sex life. Viprattam sutrameva hi. And one will be considered a Brahmin simply by this thread. These are all written there. A 2 cent watt thread, you get it? Oh, you have got thread. Oh, you are a Brahmin. That's all. This is going on in India. 2 paise watt Brahmin. He has all the qualification of less than a Chandal, but because he has got this nonsense thread, he is considered a Brahmin. So these things are all mentioned. And you have to believe it also, that in the last stage of the Kali Yuga, nobody will understand what is God, what is really. And there will be no supply of these grains. Now we are getting all these grains. But as you are thinking, grain is not meant for human beings, they are meant for animals, all life. God will stop completely. Then we'll have to live only on the seeds and animal flesh. That is also mentioned. There will be no milk, there will be no sugar, there will be no grain. These things are mentioned. Therefore Shastra, it is called Shastra. See, it is Sarvagga. Sarvagga means the Shastra is written by persons who knows past, present and future. Everything is clear. Therefore we have got so much respect for speech. The foolish people say, oh, it is also written by man. Why shall I? Yes, it is written by man, that's all right. But he is not a man like you. He is liberated man. There are different kinds of men. You don't think all men are like you. All men are like you, fool. So here it is said. Satvakta Muni Vakya Shastra Praman. Therefore, Tasma Shastra Pramanante. And the Bhagavad Gita also, that everything should be acted in terms of the Shastra. Just like when you go to post something, you are directed by the postal guy. The Shastra Pramana. The Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Krishna has given stress upon the evidence on the scripture, similarly Lord Chaitanya also giving stress. The question is very interesting. The question is how one should accept a person or a body as incarnation. And Lord Chaitanya says that through Shastra, by the evidence of Shastra, so many fools they are presenting themselves as incarnation, the intelligent person should see whether this fool is mentioned in the Shastra. He is presenting himself as incarnation, whether his activities or his characteristics is mentioned in the Shastra, then accept, otherwise don't accept. This will be discussed tomorrow. Thank you very much.